You with a heavy heart and quite the wrinkled shirt. By the time I realized how wrinkled this shirt was, it was too late. We already in motion, and I'm already here to get with the people. I had to bring myself to y'all. I had to come to y'all in the most vulnerable place in my black wrinkled shirt, so we can address poor Super Mario. Social catfish, you gone too far. You beating up and victimizing poor Super Mario. Hold on, before I start cooking, make sure my audio was good. But make sure my audio sound nice, son. All right, cool. We on the right mic. Pause. No diddy. But before I get to all that, before I go any further, my mother raised me good with my manners. It's the 6 Paths Commandments. 6 Paths Dice here. Mr. Lane, if you need me. Okay, babe, go ahead and clean up, okay? If you got ribs, hold on, because he's a rib terrorist. Let me see you play for them ribs, man. You can't be wasting no ribs. You see ribs? Let me see what you got. Oh, well, let's play heavy. Oh, yeah. You put that in the microwave, sir. Because you know what? Because my son on the spectrum, right? So he's still developing his speech and interaction at times. So he likes to come tell me that he's done eating. So a lot of times I'd be like, all right, whatever. But I realize, you know what? I'd be having to let him tell me or show me what he got in that plate. This dude will throw away a whole feast. You know how kids will, if it's the right time and era, in the great pirate era, they'll throw away everything. But catfish, you got some explaining to do. You know what it is, y'all? The era is over. The believe all women era is over. Brands in general have been like it has been the climate and it's socially acceptable to use the believe all women narrative as a means of sickling virtue and showing, hey, we're the good guys over here. And social catfish has done it to the point where it's been abusive. It's been several occasions where there's a woman who's actually married and she's actively trying to leave, sabotage her marriage, or just altogether just cheat on her husband. And had this not been a scam, she be getting piped down and she be getting the sonic rings knocked out of her. This old broad right here was trying to have a hot girl summer. She wanted the dusty sonic rings knocked out of her. And had this guy been real, had this old white guy really been sending her D pics for real, she would have did stuff with him, all kinds of stuff. So what I want to show you guys today. So if you look at my last video, the latest episode of Social Catfish, we have a gentleman who has a strong resemblance to Super Mario. It's time for bed, my boy. Go lay down. I'll make this video for the people. And it's time for bed, my guy. It's after 9 o'clock. You're 8. All right? No more requests. You hot? You want to turn the air on? You good? Go turn the air on, babe. You kids, man, you should. Listen, since I've been on my own and everything, I've been trying to be on top of his what do you call it? Bedtime and stuff. Because like when I was with somebody, I mean, he went to bed at a good time, but I wasn't always on top of his bed. To be honest with you, but now I'm on top of that joint now. Like, all right, it's the holiday right now. Tomorrow's the holiday, so stay up a little longer. But 9 o'clock, you know what I mean? Lights out, my boy. After this lights out, my guy. Okay, my guy. All right, my boy. Hold on, y'all. I couldn't do it. I didn't do it. You see how much I love y'all? And how much also I love myself. I'm a male with high self-esteem. I don't have low self-esteem. I don't have those issues. But what I'm seeing is that so many men do have those issues, a low self-esteem. And you know what's interesting about this whole thing, like I was saying before, so like the last video, Social Catfish is about an old grandma trying to have a hot girl summer, and she basically was going to cheat on her husband and whatnot. And at some point during her interview, she goes, he can't get angry. All right, and she alludes to physical activity. She alludes to abuse. Let me tell you something. Look me in my eyes right now. If a woman's being wronged or being violated in any way, fam, if it's the same person who will give away their life savings, she gave a scammer over 10 racks. You see how these people are dressed? Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me show you Super Mario. You see Mario? You think Mario right here could afford to lose 10 racks? These people are on a fixed income, and she gave that money away for some D pics because she thought somebody was going to come and knock the dust off that. She thought somebody was coming to knock the dust off that thing. She was hoping to get, because the chick that old gets dusted. She don't get smashed. It's got smashed or passed. It's dust or rust. Smash or dust or yeah. Dust or rust. It's a whole lot of rust and a whole lot of dust. Get it? You got it? All right, cool. I'm gonna have a sip of my water. Ice cold water. Want some? Go ahead. Good? All right, good. Shout out to Angry Fan. All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. I'm gonna play the part of the video where things get a little murky. This is in the end when we find out the inevitable. Of course, your love interest, the person that you're getting ready to ruin your life for, is not real. Thank goodness. I swear these scams are like simulations for idiots. You ever heard of Dinner for Schmucks? This is a simulation for schmucks. Lucky you, it's not a real person. I don't know. In some instances, it might as well be a real person. Some people be giving up hundreds of thousands of dollars for really a cyber fantasy. That's why we felt like, listen, I'm in the wrong business, and that's why y'all need ethical scammers like me. Like, I scam you, but I still got ethics and morals and whatnot. It's gonna be rules to it. It's a limit to it. I have you thought a question there. How much money can you get your hands on, hypothetically, if you betrayed everybody around you? You give me that number. Let's say it's $40,000. You think it's 40? All right, cool. Then we know you can afford to be scammed out of $2,000 a year, and I scam you slowly over the year, but over a 12-month span. You tell me you get your hands on 100. All right, cool. I scam you for 20 within the year. And I span out the scamming for 12 months. All right? Rather than saying, all right, I know what your max is. We ain't going to take the max. All right? This well, you say you get your hands on 100. I said, give me 20. Drop it. I ain't even saying drop it, give me 50. Let's give me, I'll take 20% of that because I want you to do good. And I still want the best for you, even if I'm scamming you. You understand me? I want the big, because it's 6 paths. So love the world. I want the best for you, even when I'm scamming you. So, anywho, so as far as the timeline of the story, turn it down, babe. Turn it down. She does mention, makes mention of this, like these context clues of, that she needs help or some shit like that, right? Oh no, that ain't no good. Hold on, wait. But anybody with common sense watching the episode realizes she has no credibility and she's a liar from the beginning. Because from the beginning, she's telling everyone that, I'm not looking for, I'm not romantically interested in this man, and I see him like a brother, or I want to be friends and whatnot. And again, and what you see is old school Karen. Because again, manipulation and lying, that's white girls' game. Because again, women understand if you want to get away with something, the first level of deception is establishing that I don't know what's going that you don't know, or giving your own context, because no one can really tell you what you think. That's a universal truth. So therefore, with that being said, we go into the subjective realm where it's like my opinion of things or my perspective versus yours. So in this case right here, she sets up she sets the scene with saying, "Oh no, it's my friend. I see him as a friend. I just rather than saying, hey, I was unhappy. I thought I could get a better man at 75 years old, as dusty as I am." I mean, no, she's not going to say that. She's not going to say, hey, I was hoping to have the dusty sonic rings knocked out of me, and I was willing to ruin my family's life for it. That man do not know. That man probably don't know how much money she gave away. He probably thinks this is someone that asking for money, or he probably thinks she's giving him maybe a few dollars. He do not, because he doesn't act like he knows she's blowing over $10,000 on the dumbest shit I ever heard. People don't need you to send them money at work. You don't go somewhere to work at the same time you need people to send you money. Like he's not like it's one thing if he was like a professional panhandler. Yo, things can get slow. You know what? It'll be more believable that he needs you to send him money if he was doing like an MLM, like Herbalife. If you're doing Herbalife, you probably do need someone to send you a few dollars while you're doing that work. If you're doing Amway, you probably wouldn't need that. Monet, you probably would need that. You know? What's the other one they had? Just anyone. Just use your imagination. Just pick. Just choose. I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. But what we're going to get into also is how the show chose to treat this beautiful man. You see this man? You see this beautiful, wonderful man? I ain't gonna lie. He don't look like he smell the best and all that, but I'm sure he got a heart of gold. This man, I think he said he raised 6 of their kids, and they adopted like mad people. Like I think I think I had like 13. I don't know why they did the number in my head. It was like 26 people altogether that they like raised and everything. So this is somebody with a big heart. It's obviously not no terrible person. Obviously, right? Even and if you say something about terrible people, a terrible person can only hide who they are from you if you're not listening. Even at their nicest and most cordial, you can tell when someone's genuinely a nice person and when someone's posturing and holding back. The thing about terrible people is they can't hide being angry from you. That's why they seem so damn angry. Can't hide that shit from you. That's the same as a well-dressed person hiding that they're well-dressed. Don't get me wrong. There might be times where they're dressed a little bit down, but people who are well-dressed, take great care of their appearance, usually don't really have any bummy fits. They don't have fits where they're not coming outside with wrinkled clothes. They're not coming outside with clothes that have stains on them. They're not coming outside with bleach stains and making everyone uncomfortable. When you wear clothes that got bleach stains, you are making everyone uncomfortable, okay? You're making the world the worst place for all of us because we all got to deal with that. All of us, especially if it's black. You get the bleach stain, it's done. It stays in the house. The only people who should be able to talk about that is the 4 walls of your house. Only the 4. If these walls could talk, they would talk about your bleach stained clothes. No, wear it outside. And you don't go more than to the corner store and Nike slides with no socks. You know what I'm saying? You know how I know somebody doing bad? Is why I know they're very far from home and they got on slippers. I'm like, they got on slippers right now. And I know you ain't nowhere near your house. Like, you're all the way at the mall. So I know you don't live by nothing, because no one, and I do mean nobody, lives by the mall. God damn it. I was saying before, so our gracious host took it upon themselves. And I think what happened was this time it was different. They've done this several times where they will confront, berate, or just basically kind of talk shit to the husband of the person who got scammed. And basically tell him, hey man, you gotta do better, man. You gotta be more romantic. You gotta be a better man so she won't have to be on here all effed up in the game and talk. What? I think people in general were picking up on that saying, all right, bro. But this time they took it a little too far. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and play. I really don't like playing this because it's so uncomfortable and cringy. And I feel so bad for the guy. But I want to just let a little bit of it play. I'm gonna a couple minutes play, and then I'm gonna read the comments, and we're gonna close out. All right.
But otherwise, it's just kind of natural who she is, well, who we are.
Like a big reason why we wanted to just sit down and talk to you, especially alone, was because of some of the things that Linda had to say about your relationship in her initial interview with me.
We want to show you because it's something that she brought up.
This is why it's so hard for me to watch. You only know this man because his wife was cheating on him and sending their money to a scammer. That's the context in which you know this person. Also, you're a professional. One thing about being a professional is you will not be effective if you don't understand your population. And that means understanding what's good about them and bad about them so you can actually help them. This is fake help. You are not trying to help that woman. You think it makes your channel look good because it looks like you're doing another level of charity work. And I think if you had more integrity, you would approach this from more of an honest standpoint or honest perspective and deal with the people who are coming on here. They are the focus. Focus on them. You don't know this man from a can of paint, and also I'm not sure why he agreed to talk to y'all one-on-one. I told y'all to kick fucking rocks. Who the hell are you to approach and confront another man about his household where he take care of everything in there? When he been doing that for decades and decades. You don't know nothing about these people aside from what this person has told you. So out of place. And they were in the position this person was in. And it's like, damn, y'all have no freaking empathy. You ever thought for a second how you would feel if your wife was trying to cheat on you and she stole y'all money to give to a scammer? And then the people who were supposed to be helping y'all pull you to the side off of hearsay and talk to you like a basically talk to you like a daggone, I don't say a criminal, but like an abuser. I'm like, not only that, I just feel so hurt for the man because he don't seem like no mean guy. He ain't being. These are, you know how you know someone's a nice person, but they can come to you under unfavorable conditions and still maintain manners. You guys aren't trying to interview them on a meteorite that came through their town and they're the old country bumpkins that you want to ask about because they live by the cornfield. These people live by a cornfield too. They're talking about a very serious manner. And for what it is, even if on the basis of a man that she's talking to online, to form any kind of relationship with, he's been pretty cool and docile about it. Talking to this man as if he's in there beating her ass is crazy, bro. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to stop y'all so quick. It's just thought this is so cavalier. I mean, no, it's their body language. It's so arrogant. You're so out of place, bro.
I asked her to describe you, and this is what she had to say, Dale.
I don't know how to say it. He can get angry over anything. Sometimes shoving.
Well, I don't know where she comes up with the shoving part because I try to avoid that if I possible.
Do you think she would just blatantly lie though? Like, I don't think so.
No, I don't think she's lying at all. I just don't remember. Or sometimes, like I want to walk off and cool off, and she'll try to stand in front of me to prevent me from doing that, and I try to kind of sit aside rather than, I'm not pushing or shoving, to knock you down or anything. It's just don't block me where I'm trying to go. Does that make sense?
No, I'll be honest. I don't think it fully makes sense. I understand that, like, I'm married. Like,
So hold on, bro. Hold on. You saw how he snapped. Like, not only that, this is a grown man who raised more kids than you. He know more than you, got more. You made somebody talk to your father like that, bro? I couldn't imagine someone talk to my father at that age like that. That's somebody's father, bro. So no, but don't make sense. First of all, who are you talking to? This man is trying, first of all, he's answering questions he don't got to answer. He don't got to sit there with you for nothing. You are not a police officer or a detective or have any kind of authority. Y'all some niggas on YouTube. And you soft. That's soft, bro. This man explains he's trying to be candid with you. He's saying his woman is physically obstructing his path. And he did, because if he knocked her down, she would just say he knocks me down. He's thrown me to the ground. No, this was a struggle. He's trying to move and trying to get out the space, and she's physically blocking him. He says, all right, well, rather than get into a physical altercation, I'll move her out the way, or I'll have to get out my way one way or the other and whatnot. And you want to say you don't understand. So what you're basically saying is, if you and Brianna were getting into a heated altercation and it's getting very heated, you need to cool off, and you're trying to leave the space, and she physically blocks the space, you would sit there and just basically say, well, she don't want me to leave, so I'm going to sit down because she's the boss. Bro, how many instances do we have to have where women lie and do the wrong thing? Because that's what this is based off of. It's the socialization that women cannot do the wrong thing, and you never move against the woman, even if she move against you. The infantilization of the modern woman is dangerous. You stop that person from becoming who they need to be at that point. She's grown. She knows what she's doing. She ain't no baby. This is disgusting.
I've been married for, over 20 years. My stepdad wasn't a patient person, and I grew up thinking that was the normal way to be. I also think we live in a little bit different time, but it's not okay to put your hands on, not just your wife, but another woman, kids, anything like that. Yeah.
Well, at this point right now, I don't know exactly what she's referring to.
You see how
Because I
embarrassed
haven't
he is?
put my hands on her, shoved her away, or anything. I may have done that when I was younger. And it would have been that much even then.
Look at his body language. You see how embarrassed he is? See how uncomfortable it is? This is someone that's trying to honestly answer a question. And if he were an abusive man, wouldn't he have cussed y'all out?
As far as laying my hands on the kids,
that's not how a violent person acts. A person who is violent, it's not no fucking movie where it's just this is violent man is only violent with his woman. No, a violent person is angry and mean, period. That's the whole point. People aren't selectively. I mean, the most you might get is that person's at work, maybe. Even then, they can't control it there. The whole point is the person can't control themselves, right? And also, and another thing too, bro. I'm not gonna play no more because you got action. I'm sorry. I'm gonna play a little more. I want y'all to have the full context and everything.
Only time I've ever done that with the kids is like when they're threatening another one, and I definitely not hit any of these kids or struck them in any way because I've had a fear in my own heart.
I can only communicate to you what we've been communicated, right? So we don't. There's always two sides of the story, but like one thing that from the communication from her, it sounded like, I mean, you can get angry often. It's not just, like something happened years ago, and even the way that she worded it wasn't that it was something that happened a long time ago and doesn't happen anymore. It sounds like that's the way things are sometimes.
I know a lot of times she perceives that I'm angry or thinks that I'm angry when I'm not.
But does she perceive you pushing her when you don't push her? Because she did say that too.
I don't remember pushing her, period.
Whatever you decide to do, Dal, like we're here extending ourselves out to you.
Okay.
I hope you give us some sort of response other than, I don't remember doing any of this.
Oh my God, I just cannot contain my rage. It's like watching this again and thinking about how I would feel, how those two would feel if someone had them in that position, talking to them like this. He's talking to him like he's a scumbag. He's talking to him as if this woman has any credibility. This woman that got up here like they almost do, which is lie and say, I just wanted to be friends, but I'm sending my friend everything I have, and we're also talking in a romantic way. We're also talking about having a private rendezvous. This man sent her pictures of his penis, and she still was talking to him and sending money. It was a romantic relationship, and the man's telling you, I didn't do those things. In the nicest way possible, he's saying, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's one thing if the woman could show you a video or play an audio recording in which you listen. If someone's abusive, you can listen. You can usually catch them on camera, which is why people are caught on. If you wild out enough, someone can catch you on camera. The person who around you all the time can catch you on camera, and someone else can attest to it. Usually, if it happens that often. So the man is telling you, I didn't do those things. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So, all right, so guys, you're two adult males. And the fact that you brought up how long you've been married to someone who raised like 30 people and is 40 years your senior and been married his whole damn life. Give a fuck how long you've been married. So disrespectful, yo. And this is why men can't have nothing. You realize that men, basically, a relationship for a man is basically the modern woman for that the modern man needs to be happy she's breathing near him. And you know one reason why it's never really going to change or shit can't change? Because there will always be men like y'all who will fight in the army of these women. They don't have to fight their own wars. You fight for them. And we got to realize that you are pushing an idea that all men are evil, all men are beasts, all men are capable of doing terrible things, and they're all guilty of any and everything, despite not having evidence. You have no evidence aside from what this woman had told you, and she done lied to you this much already. As if you don't know that women will lie about things or do things to make themselves not seem as bad. Whenever the woman is telling you the truth, it's always way worse than that. I.e., I just want to be friends. I see him as a brother, but he's sending you D-pics. Obviously, I wasn't having brother and sister conversations. And who wants a new brother at 70 and 75 years old? I know, but I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. Yeah, you can go watch that garbage if you want to. I still like the channel and stuff like that, bro. But I'm just like, God damn, guys, come on, man. It's not cool, man. And it was mean. I want to go ahead and read these comments. I think these cut the comment section. In a way, it makes me happy because I feel like as a society, we're realizing right from wrong and who men are and who women are. Because we built up this thing where women propagate this idea that all women are good and that all women deserve the best. But we don't have any type of standard for what do men deserve in relationships. And for the most part, men are starting to realize, like, wow, in all my relationships, I'm pretty much owe nothing. My kids don't owe me no respect. Because if the kids are disrespectful or don't value their father, there will be no consequence. There will be no third-party consequence. Whereas if you're mean to your mother, if you're rude to your mother, unreliable for your mother, there's a social. If people find that out about you, there's judgment passed. You will be made to know what people feel about that. You're not going to just get that shit off and go on about your day. Oh, you're a bad son. Like, no, people say, oh, he's a bad son. If you were a bad wife, who's going to say anything? Like, seriously, if you're a terrible wife, who's going to say anything? For the most part, most women, they self-affirm whether or not they're a good woman. It's not based off of what people tell them or what the experiences are. People saying, hey, and the men in their life saying, thank you so much for doing this for me. I love this about you. They'll say that based off of just how they feel. They just say, oh, yo, I'm great. I'm wonderful. Why the crazy kids? But this comment section represents a new day because we have men and women in the comment section able to recognize, no, this is wrong. Because the thing is that when we saw it on media, it was bad enough. When we started seeing it on social media, it's the unfair treatment of decent men or just men in general or men being treated unfairly in situations that involve relationships. You know, we're able to see, all right, this is not cool because they engineered the situation so that I don't know what conversation y'all had. And that's another thing too. Listen, we're still figuring things out in the social media era. Anyway, so it's a new day, man. So people, I'm sorry, I paused for a second. So people are able to decide for themselves and start realizing, all right, maybe it's not right to treat all men as evil. Because the thing is that when y'all do that, you realize that means you're not really encouraging that man in your life. That means you're not pulling greatness out of that man in your life. Because if you teach him that he's a beast and he's a monster and that he really sucks and that this woman who's really not better than him is better than him, because most men especially black men love the idea that the black woman is better than you, like a daggone coon, like a daggone slave. It's a slave mentality to think that someone who is not showing you that they are better in any kind of way is better. It's also a slave mentality because they didn't want slaves to read. Slaves were shamed for reading. Parenting duties, man. My bad. Anyway, man. I don't know where I was at. I mean, you guys get the point, right? Not cool. But this is also a byproduct of baddie syndrome. Remember, I told y'all that Shorty is also infected with baddie, and this is the wife. The wife is infected with baddie syndrome. A part of baddie syndrome is in the mental illness of baddie syndrome is the delusion of a level up and monkey branching from one man to the next. Even though the man in front of you has done everything for you and has shown you, given you years and years of proof that this is a good guy, he's going to do what he says he's going to do. He has so much history with you, right? And even at this age, she was trying to monkey branch to another man at almost 80 years old. That doesn't cross her mind for a moment to think, why would a man want to talk to an 80-year-old woman? As far as like a new relationship, like why would you want to start a new relationship with someone so old? Come on, bro, knock it off, man. Goodness, man, this dude's a menace. Anywho, but what I wanted to say was a part of baddie syndrome and the mental illness is that you squeeze everything you can out the man, including respect. So that means time, resources, attention, all that shit, right? But including respect and self-respect, right? And as far as the respect, there's also reputation. One key one, I guess, defining. I think this is what really also really defines the mindset of modern women is that it doesn't matter what damage you do to a man's life, reputation, and soul. Doesn't matter. The whole concept of even breaking a man it doesn't exist in your mind. Like you don't even imagine that I could be breaking this person. I could be the stuff that I'm doing with them could affect them for the rest of their life, and they may never recover from the things I'm doing to them. Because you got to realize relationships are traumatic. When you love someone, even if it's just arguments and disagreements, those are intense emotional experiences. People are not meant to experience those kind of things over and over and over again, and then after that say, "Yo, I'm good, I'm all right." Nah, that's not how pain works. And when people break up, no matter why you're breaking up, breakups are usually almost always, even a mutual breakup can be painful, right? But what I'm talking about is basically her not having any regard for making him look bad. His wife not caring. I'm making these people think that he's an abuser when she's the one abusing him. Because there is no setting. Even if the wife was abusive. Matter of fact, they had a guy on here whose wife was bedridden and she can't even get out of bed, and he thought he was talking to some hot girl. They didn't say, "Hey, can you bring your wife on camera and everything? Hey, how you doing, wife? Hey, listen, you're gonna have to start switching up, babe. You know what I mean? You need to go ahead and start taking some pole dancing classes. You need to go ahead and start taking some steak cooking." I think, are there steak classes? Can you take a class for steak? If they have that in your world, yeah, babe, you need to go ahead and take some steak classes, and you need to go ahead and I think they got stuff for like fellatio. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You'll never see them getting on there telling the wives what they can do to make their husbands happier or make things better. And again, this is also the embodiment of that happy wife, happy life bullshit. But I want to go ahead and also read the comments. I want to read the initial comment from them. No accountability. Some people are making comments about us confronting Linda's husband, and also that we are deleting comments. We want to clarify that we never delete comments. YouTube can bury comments if they don't get engagement based on popularity. Regarding the abuse allegations, we also confront Dale again in a heartbeat if we were have the opportunity to redo the video. We had to edit out what Linda had described happened to her, both because YouTube would take the video down because the allegations were very serious. She reached out not one but 3 times with examples of things that had happened over the course of a month of speaking with her. Each example was explicit and detailed enough to make us believe her, and to be honest, we should always take that approach. Everyone is entitled to have a different opinion. We thought confronting him and him making sure that she has counseling and access to her daughter for safety was the right move here. It's a better approach to sitting on our hand than to sitting on our hands and doing nothing for someone who can't stick up for themselves and is also reaching out to us for help. Let's read the comments. Each example was explicit and detailed enough to make us believe her. Are you being serious? This is your explanation of accusing someone of domestic abuse based on hearsay. Your YouTube channel is literally based around research and finding evidence. Do better. This was a giant failure on your part. Should have been handled behind the scenes and privately, not as a part of unrelated Catfish video and published for views. Here's a response from Catfish Online. There's never a world where we won't defend someone who is being abused. We take that shit very seriously. Shame on anyone. No, you don't. No, sir, you guys do not take abuse. No, you take the hero narrative very seriously. The moral high ground, the forced moral high ground, very serious, because you've done nothing. I have not seen one video where you try to help a man whose wife was cheating on him and lying to him. Not one. You don't think that's freaking abusive? You think that's a nice woman? All right, man. Let's read a few more comments and we're gonna be out, man. It should have been handled privately. Y'all were just trying to get some more views by making it public, and also by making it public. If Linda was really being abused, that would put her in more danger. Maybe you're right, but this feels wrong, man. This perpetuates the victim blaming all over again. She cheated because her husband was this and that. People who cheat often cheat out of nothing. I can't remember the times when you confront the wives of male victims. If the husband cheats, he's an asshole. If the wife cheats, there must be something wrong with the husband. Even if that's true, you all have the tangible proof to confront him publicly. Still feels wrong. I don't know, man. No, where did I read that proper authorities were contacted? I hope you did report this to the police and Adult Protective Services. I don't think there's such a thing as Adult Protective Services, bro. Anyway, having grown up watching my mother get choked and beaten, I cannot tell you it was not a good idea to confront him. When my mother was sick in bed before she died, she called me and let me hear him yelling at her. He freaked out when he realized someone was listening. I had to de-escalate the situation. Get what I'm saying? Please reach out to the proper authorities if you truly believe she's being abused. I'm just sick to my stomach reading that you do the same thing again. Somebody wrote, wow, y'all some badass bitches. They sure are. And somebody also makes a good point. I think they did. I think they're trying to add more drama because otherwise all the episodes are exactly the same with just different people, and they know it might get boring. We got another one saying, should have indicated that there was more to the story that you cannot reveal due to community guidelines, in which case you do more of a disservice to the abused party by presenting it all. Based on what you presented, reporting the husband to the family seemed excessive without addressing his comments about being blocked from escape. Based on what you're saying, you weren't able to present. It sounds like you should have gone to the authorities yourself. Please don't attack commenters for their opinions on a matter you didn't fully present. Instead, consider how you may have mishandled the situation. Try to do better for the sake of this future victims that you may encounter. Here's another one. Bottom line, it should have been handled privately, and the public confrontation was to boost views because they know all their episodes are exactly the same, and people probably are getting bored, so they try adding more drama to mix things up. If it were only about Linda, this would have been handled totally privately. They really should have scrapped the episode. They are monetizing over either this woman's abuse or falsely accusing her husband of abuse. Either way, it's wrong. Let me see if there's anything I didn't see. And here's another one. Yes, of course, that's the right approach to take. At least initially, domestic abuse by its very nature happens behind closed doors. So it's reported. So if it's reported, it deserves to be taken seriously because it's a serious issue. Your commenters, though, have to question whether this elderly and infirm man we saw on camera is even capable of violence at this point. And his wife has shown herself to be eminently capable of bending the truth, shall we say, to fit her own narrative. When did these things that happen actually occur? There's a history of abuse that's sad, but they stayed together, which says something. Perhaps they realize it's too late now to leave each other, and that raising some more frustrations. Not judging you for believing her, but sometimes things are not what they seem. And so many words people are saying is that you guys don't really have any proof that she's telling the truth. You just want to believe her. And it is what it is. That's a part of us being modern men and women, is that we want to believe women. to the point where will destroy another man without any proof. All she did was just tell you these things. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm calling cap on. She called y'all several times to talk about how abusive he was. First of all, why would she be calling you several times? You are not there to talk about their marriage. You're there to tell her whether or not the person that she's talking to is a real person or not. Okay? Either way, y'all could have wrote a long paragraph saying we spoke to Dale about getting treatment and whatnot, and we did this and we did that. You know what I'm saying? But the issue everyone is having is that you guys are not advocates for people being treated fairly. You guys are advocating or trying to make yourselves seem as though you're here to I don't know, man. Save the I don't know, it's really save women. Which is not, listen, as men, we love to do good things for women. I mean, I'm not against that. But I'm just not going to support it at the cost of someone else's reputation being destroyed. Now, wherever he's from, people who know him are not at the question, hey, why are people saying that you're a woman beater? Now, mind you, also, one of the greatest manipulation tactics that someone who will employ is whenever someone is doing the wrong thing, they always want you to know what people around them is doing. Because what does it do? It distracts you from how messed up their decisions are and how messed up their actions were. If I can keep aligning myself with someone who may be as worse or just as bad, I don't seem as bad, do I? Manipulation, man. Listen, men can no longer allow these things to go on because it's making the world a crappy place and it's making crappy people. Because these same women raise men and boys. I mean, men, boys, and girls and women. I'm sorry, they raise boys and girls to be the men and women that no one can have a relationship with because there's no accountability. To the point where accountability makes you sick, makes you angry, makes you red if you light skin. Anyway, man, I meant for this to be a 20-minute video, but here we are, 47 minutes, man. 6 past dice. Mr. Lane, if you need me, man, like, share, subscribe. No hot girl summer for you. No hot girl summer for no hot girl summer for you, ma'am. The dust will stay on your sonic rings. And may they always be that.